Hey guys, this is Jen from Fairy Tale Creations. And today I'm going to do a video for y'all. This is something that everyone needs to know how to do, not just homesteaders. So stick around. Okay, today I'm going to show you guys how to fix a busted water line. Doing this video in my greenhouse, so you will hear my ladies in the background giving some advice. Okay, one of the first things you should do if you get low water pressure is you should know where your water meter is located. Normally, like with us, ours is towards the road. It could be closer to your house, but you need to know where it is. Now, if you have a leak, sorry about all the grass. If you have a leak, see that little wheel right there? It's going to be turning, and the faster it turns, the bigger the water leak. If you have low water pressure and your wheel's not turning, then somebody else has a water leak. So what you would want to do is, if you know you have a water leak, if you know where the water leak is just shut your water off. There is you can't see it really good because of the sun, but there is a thing in here that you can turn the opposite way and it will shut all of your water off. And we'll talk about shut-offs in just a minute. Okay, one of the next things you should do if you do have a water leak is shut your water off either at the water meter or shut off valve that's closest to your house. And I'll try to make sure that I put a picture, yeah, they're telling it too, a picture of the shut off valve in the description. One of the next things you need to be sure that you know is what size water line you have. Now here I have PVC and I have flex line, and I'll get into both in a little bit. This is 3/4 inch cold water line, and this is 1/2 inch. If you have hot water line that is leaking, it's going to be a beige color. Now the flex line is what most people are going to now because it will not freeze and will not bust, and we'll get into that too. But I'm going to show you how to repair and put together either one. Some of the supplies that you're going to need, if you're working with PVC, you're going to need a rag so you can dry your line off. You're going to need figure out which type of fittings you need. You're going to need some pipe glue. And on that note, do not breathe in the fumes of the pipe glue. There's also different kinds of pipe glue. And check it every so often because it can dry up in the can. If you're working with a fitting that has threads, you're going to want this threading tape to put on there. These are pipe cutters. They are your very best friend, so invest in a good pair of these. They might set you back just a little bit, but not too much. But it's better than trying to find a hacksaw and blades. On that note, do not let small children handle these. They are extremely sharp and they will cut your fingers off. When I get into the other fittings, there's fittings here that have what's called gator grip. If you're using the gator grip fittings, you will not need the pipe glue, but if you put your fitting on wrong and you need to take it back off, they do have these little things right here that will take the gator bite fittings off of your water line. Okay, so you found your water leak. Okay, now I am going to demonstrate on an actual piece of pipe. I'm going to try to cut it in lengths though, so if I need to use it elsewhere, I can use it later on. I will not be gluing on any fittings, but I will show you how to do it. Now, so find your leak. What you're going to do first is you're going to take your pipe cutters, you're going to open them, and you're going to very carefully hear it clicking. You're going to click on it until it meets resistance with pipe, and you want to cut it in a straight line. So you want to cut with a little bit of force. I do have my toolbox close by to catch this. Ta-da! Now, cut off a section of pipe that I need, or in the instance of your busted water line, you just cut out the bad section. So the next thing you're going to want is to look at your fittings, where you're going to repair this. Do you need a T so you can tie in? You're going to put a piece of pipe on either end. It has a piece coming out. This is a T. This is a 90. They do make 45s. This is a coupling. Most of the time, this is what you're going to need is a coupling. It's open on both ends. Now, if you're using some that has threaded ends, it's going to be like this on one end, and then it's going to have the threads. Now, if you do the threaded, you're going to need this thread tape so your seal's really good. But we're not going to get into that today. So, we're going to say, I need a coupling on my piece of pipe. So I've cut out my bad piece. This is my new piece. First thing you want to do is on the existing water line that's still up there that you're going to attach this to, is you want to take a rag and you want to dry it really, really good, especially if you're using glue, because your glue will not set right if it's not completely dry. So you want to make sure that your pipe that you're attaching this to is dry. You want to make sure that your piece that you're adding in is dry. Now this is the glue. I'm going to open it up. Maybe. It's pretty tight. Sometimes that can happen. Like I said, there's different types of glue, so make sure you read it and don't breathe in the fumes. It's going to look like this. It's going to have a little brush in it, like a little cotton ball. You're going to run that around the outside of your pipe. Don't get it in your opening. If you get it in your opening, when it dries up in there, it's going to restrict your water flow, and you're going to have to replace your pipe later. So you're going to go on the outside. I'm going to close up this glue, because if I don't, it's going to dry up on me, and I don't want to have to buy any more right now. So here's my coupling. Here's my piece of pipe. You put it on there firmly. All right. Say this is my piece that's going back in. Okay, I'm going to take the piece that I cut it off of and demonstrate. So here's the piece of pipe that's coming out of the house. Here's the piece that I just put the coupling on. Again, I'm going to make sure this is dry and dirt-free. I'm going to put glue on here too. Don't get it in the opening. And I'm going to put it on there like that. Now on the glue, it tells you how long to let it dry. You definitely want your glue to be dry, and when you start turning your water back on, ease it on, let some water come through. It's going to have air bubbles, so it might startle you when it first comes through. It's going to make a lot of weird noises. And then, if you see that it's not leaking anymore, you can turn your water to full pressure. But make sure you ease it on. Don't just go out there and just throw it wide open. Now, they do make Gator Grip fittings for PVC. And this is ½ inch, so I'm going to have to show you on the ½ inch water line. I'm not going to put it all the way on. It's got little teeth in here. So if you're using Gator Grip, sorry for not looking at the camera, y'all. If you're using Gator Grip, don't stick your finger in that hole. It'll cut you. Don't let kids play with these either. Same with the pipe cutters. These will cut your fingers off. So you're going to take your piece of pipe and you're going to stick it firmly on there, and you're going to kind of pull back on it some, and you'll know when those teeth grip. Now, a lot of people are going to Flexline. Flexline is the new stuff. It comes in red and blue, so you can tell your hot and your cold apart. It's the same thing. They just do the red and the blue so you can tell it apart. Sorry about that. I had a notification coming through and it's really loud. Now, again, on the Flexline, it uses the Gator Grip. And these are made out of metal. They do cost more, but they are worth the investment. What you're going to do is you're going to stick your pipe in there firmly till those teeth grip. You're going to pull back on it some and make sure the teeth grip. This is a coupling. It's got a little bitty plastic piece right here that goes inside the pipe, and then it's got the teeth around it. Like I said, you need to know what size water line you have. A lot of people have 3/4 inch line coming out of their meter, and when it gets up to the house, it goes down to ½ inch. You need to know what size your water pipe is. Another thing that's good with Flexline, you don't have to. It's a good idea if you live where it's super cold, though, is to put pipe insulation on it. PVC, you definitely want your PVC buried in the ground, and any of it that is exposed, you're going to buy the bag of the pipe wrap. It comes in long sections, and it has this tape on it that you pull off, and it just sticks together. But sometimes you still have to use some duct tape and tape it together. If you cannot find pipe wrap, a good thing is to go like to Dollar Tree and Walmart, especially when they mark them on clearance. Pool noodles. Pool noodles will work. All you have to do is take a knife and very carefully cut a slit down one side of it. And then you'll put that on there. My dogs are barking because of the neighbors. But you'll open it up. So stick it on your pipe. Now, if you get under your house or somewhere and that's where your water leak is, if it's got this pipe wrap on it, you're going to have to remove the pipe wrap in the area where you see water dripping, so you can find the busted spot. Sorry about the barking, y'all. That's life. But again, the Gator Grip is worth the investment because you don't have to have the glue. Don't stick your fingers in the holes. Don't let kids play with them. Don't breathe in the glue fumes if you have to use pipe glue. If you're dealing with threads on your water line, you're going to want this to wrap around your threads. I'll show you all that in a later video. Please, please use caution with these. They are super sharp, and I don't want anybody to watch my video and say I did not warn you that these would cut your fingers off if you're not careful. But I think everyone should know how to fix busted water line, whether you're a homesteader or not. Ladies, guys, get out there, practice, show your older kids how to do it. It could save you hundreds of dollars in plumbing fees. And if you're like me and you live out in the country and it's the middle of the night and you get a water leak, you've got to get out there and fix it pretty quick. Like I said on the Gator Grip, if you put it on and it's in the wrong position or you need a different fitting, they do make these little things right here. Yes, they're made of plastic. They're like $2, $3, $4. This is 3/4, this is 1/2 inch, and it will take those Gator Grip fittings back off. So, real life, what can I say? Let me know if this video is any help to you. If something's not clear, let me know, and I will gladly explain it to you. I hope that sort of kind of helps you, but next time I get an actual water leak, Lord please, I don't need any water leaks. The next time I get one, I'll try to video it as I'm repairing it so I can show you better. Shut-off valves are also your best friends. Make sure that if you are putting plumbing in, that you know where your shut-off valves are. It would actually be a good thing to show your family where the shut-off valves are, where the water meter is, how to turn the water meter off. Like I said, there's a spot on the water meter that you turn. You're probably going to need some pliers. If you turn it straight and line the holes up, it's off. Turn it the other way, it's going to turn it on. But like I said, when you get your pipes repaired, ease your water on. Let that air come through first. Follow the directions on the glue if you're using glue for the dry time. And I hope that helps. So y'all let me know.